Hey there, Math 7 students. Today I want to talk to you about parallel lines and transversals and corresponding angles, alternate interior angles. Oh, so much to talk about today. So let's get started. Parallel lines are lines that are in the same plane and do not intersect. Okay, they are heading off in the same direction at the same slope, but they never touch each other, right? They never intersect. And these little triangles here are ways that we indicate that two lines are parallel. And if we're using shorthand, we would do P is parallel to Q with that. Let's talk about perpendicular lines real quick. Perpendicular lines are lines that intersect at right angles, right? And so here we would say L is perpendicular to M, and that's what it looks like when we draw them, right? We'll draw this little right angle in there. Those are perpendicular lines because they intersect at right angles. Well, what are corresponding angles? Corresponding angles lie on the same side of the transversal in corresponding positions. Now, when a transversal intersects parallel lines, corresponding angles are congruent. And so you can see here, I have this lovely diagram with two parallel lines, P and Q, and this transversal T that intersects both of them. And you can see the various angles have been marked with their corresponding angle partner, right? So this guy down here corresponds with the two green angle marks there, right? And same goes with the single purple and the 4 pink and the 3 blue. They are marking their corresponding angle. Okay, so then it says, use the figure to find the measures of angle 1 and angle 2. Well, we can see that A and B, line A and B, are parallel to one another because of these little triangular marks there. And because they are parallel, and we have this transversal T, and we have this angle here that is 99 degrees. And this angle is corresponding with angle 1. And we know that corresponding angles are congruent. So the measure of angle 1 is 99 degrees. What about angle 2? Does angle 2 correspond with this 99-degree angle? No. Angle 2, however, is supplementary to angle 1, and so we can find the measure of angle 2 by doing 180 minus 99, and we would get 81. And so the measure of angle 2 is 81 degrees. It says, use the figure to find the measures of the numbered angles. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we have this angle here that is 68. We can also see that line A is parallel to line B, and they are intercepted by this transversal, right? So when two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, all of the small angles are congruent to each other, all of the big angles are congruent to each other. Right? And so the angles are either going to be 68 degrees or supplementary to that, right? So 180 minus 68 is 112. Every angle in here is going to be either 68 or 112. So angle 1 is a vertical angle with this 68-degree angle. And we know that vertical angles are congruent. So angle 1 is congruent to the 68 degrees. So angle 1 is 68 degrees. Angle 2 is supplementary to angle 1, and so it's 112 degrees. Angle 2 and angle 3 are vertical angles, right? And so they are congruent. So angle 3 is also 112 degrees. Well, what about angle 4? Angle 4 is corresponding to angle 1, and so they are congruent. Angle 4 is also 68 degrees. Angle 5 is supplementary to angle 4, and so it's 112. Angle 6 is it is congruent to angle 4 because they are vertical angles. Do you see that? So angle 6 is 68 degrees, and then angle 7 is a vertical angle with angle 5, right? And so they are congruent, and so angle 7 is 112 degrees. All right, we have a few more definitions and examples here. When a transversal intersects parallel lines, the alternate interior angles are congruent and the alternate exterior angles are congruent. Well, what does that mean? Alternate interior angles are inside the two parallel lines, okay, on opposite sides of the transversal. So you can see the two purple marks there and there. Those are on opposite sides of the transversal, but on the inside of lines P and Q, and so they are alternate interior angles, right? And they are congruent. And the same goes for these single green guys here. They are on opposite sides of the transversal, but they are in between the P and the Q, in between the two parallel lines. Now, what about alternate exterior? Exterior means outside, right? And so these angles are on the outside of the two parallel lines, but they are on opposite sides of the transversal. That's what the alternate means. So you can see the single blue guys there, or the double pinks. Notice the blue guys are on opposite sides of the transversal.